Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. It's not easy going live every single day. You'll fall into your stream a couple times. Don't get don't get it twisted. If you do 1,400 days straight, a couple days you'll just like literally fall into your studio. God bless every. And if you don't, you're not a human being. And if you haven't been through it, who here has done 1,400 days of streaming? Anybody? Anybody out here? Anyone done 1,400 straight days? Anyone? All right. Don't judge me. Don't judge me then. Shout out to everybody here. Let's talk about XRP and the gains. Let's break it down. This is insane what's happening. Let's get that music back up and running. And let's get into the stream. I'm going to show you something about Bitcoin that's interesting that you probably haven't thought about. I did lose my trade last night. I lost $650. But right before I made that trade, I won $450. So I lost $200. There was a, and I was up right there as I fell asleep. I kept watching it. I had to stop below that low. They got me. Double bottomed. We'll see what happens. Very, very tight. However, I didn't much mind that, right? As looking at my portfolio up $32,000 today on a big move to the upside. I made a massive call on SEI for 60 grand. That's up $7,000. Massive call on Render, a massive call on Near. I mean, right there, that's 100 grand that I put Render, Near, and then I put another 80 grand into Render. I put 180 grand into the market. If that doesn't tell you my conviction and my belief that we could get a bigger move here for these altcoins, I don't know what to tell you. I'm one of the most realest people you'll see. I'll throw it down right in front of you. I'm the real dude, man. I love you all. God bless you all. You're real too. That's why I like you all. Let's talk about XRP just continuing to rip. Last night, I gave you the flag here at 89. Could look like we were going to 106. Who could have predicted a monster move like this? I will tell you where it is. Like some people on Twitter, I was watching, Twitter, and I was watching, something Ben Armstrong. I had a clip, and he was like, XRP is about to go up. In the next couple days, there's going to be a huge move. And it's like, and I was like very skeptical. I was like, yeah, right. And look what happened immediately. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. And again, it's just pretty interesting. Look at that move to $1.18 for XRP. Shout out to all the XRP holders, people that have been holding XRP. It's been suppressed. The second we found out that Gary Gensler was gone, this thing started to move. I had calls on XRP. Why? Well, we all kind of had a feeling that when Gary was gone, it was going to move, right? So, I mean, as good of a call it was, most people did feel there was going to be a feeling. I drew this pennant and saw the move to 106 back here on November 15th. You see what I'm saying? The charts will tell you what's going to happen. I mean, that's a bull pennant. They break out 68% of the time, and you go the measured move. I'm such a simple dude. Like, I don't even need to slap on the indicators, which if you go to the 15-minute, they were super tight. And I know to get in when the moving averages are tight. At a high-volume node with low stochastics and the MACD turning with the RSI, in a falling wedge. Put the RSI inside of a falling wedge. That's ready to rock. I mean, if you listen to me and you listen to what I teach, you'll know the sauce. And this is where we get into trades right here. Low RSI, low stochastic, turning MACD. Also, falling volume with falling price. This is a big deal. People don't understand how to trade volume and price. I don't speak about it like I used to. I used to talk about volume and price all the time. Volume and price is a very interesting thing. Here is volume. Okay, here is price. Let me give you a breakdown right now for volume and price. I'm going to turn down the sound. Actually, I'm going to record this. This is going to end up becoming a pre-recorded video for later on for everyone to have here. Let me press the record button. Let me shut the door here. And here we go. Okay. A lot of people don't know what this indicator is down here, or they don't realize it's the volume. And yes, everyone says volume. Let the volume be your guide. Don't do this for the volume. I'm going to show you exactly how I trade volume, how and this is like an old ancient, I think like a lot of Asians trade volume like this. This is a way, this is a very old school, but it makes sense. I trade like brass tacks, meaning like you can see the flow. And when flow ends certain places, indicators can show you where likely that flow is going. All right. And so here's volume right here. And I'm just going to keep volume here. And so say this was volume and volume was rising and price is rising, right? That's a bullish sign. It tells you that you probably will have a continuation to the upside. When you see volume moving up and you see price moving up right now, XRP, volume is moving to the upside. Price is moving to the upside. Very, very good sign. Okay. Beautiful thing. That is a bullish sign when you see, so understand this. I haven't really talked about this. I used to bring this up all the time. It's funny. I just didn't, bring it down. So look here. So you can tell when you're going to get a downtrend. Why? You'll see is volume will be price will be rising, but you'll get a drop in volume. And I mean, you can clearly see, and it's a divergence. So let's go back to the idea. There's 4 types, right? Rising volume, rising price with rising volume. Bullish sign, continuation. Rising price with falling volume. Bearish sign. You're falling off. You're losing gas. How can a car keep driving up a hill if there's gas leaking out the gas tank? Eventually, it's going to have an empty gas tank, and it's going to start to fall back down the hill again. Same scenario. That's your metaphor, okay? Now let's break down the other one. What about when you have price falling to the downside and you have volume falling? That's a bearish sign. Continuation. The bears are getting what they want. You're actually, like, you're driving and there's someone on the outside of your car with another gas tank ready to fill it up so you never have to go to the gas station. You're ready to continue to go. That's my metaphor there. Then you have falling price, right, with falling volume. This is my favorite signal in the world. I use it all the time. It's golden. Whenever I see it, I know I have a 90% accuracy of hitting eventually in the next few days. If I'm not perfect, I'm pretty dang close. I use this with my other things, with hidden bullish divergence, with the Fibonacci, with the bounce off support. I add a 9-point checklist to make sure the trade is perfect. You'll learn that 9-point checklist if you go to my my website, and I teach a damn. You'll learn that 9-point checklist if you go to You'll learn that 9-point checklist if you go to my website and click on my courses. I teach a live course the last Saturday of every single month. It's coming up in just a week here, a couple weeks here in November. So this is amazing. And now, you know, we'll delete all this. So by doing that, you can always see what you did here and see all these brush marks. I can just highlight, hit the brush marks, delete them, and then we can get back to brass tacks. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I just wanted you to understand volume and price, and it has a really key implication to what's likely going to occur further on. It's highly accurate. I've used it for years, and it is an amazing tool that I don't think people realize that's sitting right in front of you. You just have to kind of juxtapose the two movements and the angles and see what's happening, and you're going to get some great insight when it comes to trading and volume and price. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. All right, cool. So my team can edit that later and put it up. Okay, let's get the music back up and running. But that's important too. If you're live, you want to see that. And maybe you want to watch that again. Let's get into our top-down analysis here for Bitcoin and break it down. But it is XRP day, baby. It is officially today. I officially call today XRP day. Today, as it hits 120. XRP day, man. Booming to the upside. XRP, massive gains. Do we take profits? You sell XRP now after such a move. I mean, wow. Unbelievable. I look at my XRP bag here. I've been holding for a long time. 14,000, up 3,600 bucks. Not too bad right there. But XRP booming, man. Happy I never sold it no matter what. You know, I was never going to let it go because of, you know, if you're like me, it's like they tried to get you to sell it, so you were never going to sell it, right? Where's my XRP army at? Where's my XRP army at? I said it again. Where's my XRP army at, baby? Because if you still hold your XRP like me, then you withstood the longest beatdown in the history of an asset. It was absolutely insanity what they did to us. Shout out to my peoples. If you hung out with XRP as long as I did, man, I got numb to it after a while. I was just like, I'll hold it till I'm done. You know what I mean? It didn't matter to me anymore at that point. Oh my God. So sorry, my alarm went off and the police came to the house. Yes, my wife. You saw my face when she said the cops are here? I'm like, yo, man, what do you mean the police are here? Oh, nothing. I wasn't scared. You were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. Like, no, you turn goes white, man. I was like, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The best technical analysis. He sees the guy with the suit on, and he's like, so funny, right? XRP, man, booming to the upside. Unbelievable move. But hey, it's good to know that if you just came to my house and opened one of my doors, the cops are going to show up. Isn't that crazy? Like, if you just came and opened my door, the cops are going to be here within, like, I don't know, 4 minutes. If you just open my door late at night, the cops are going to be here in 4 minutes. Yo, that's like, they treat us like gold, I guess, man. Dang. That's amazing. And the fact that they came no matter what, too. Like, God bless every single police officer, any service member, any person. May God bless each and every one of you. We hit a new achievement on the channel today. We hit a new achievement, 10 million views. No. We hit 10 million views. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Let's get the analysis going, man. 10 million views, baby. 10 million views on YouTube. 10 million views on YouTube. Let me say that again. 10 million views on YouTube. Let's go. Let's go, man. That's an achievement. You do that. You get 10 million views on YouTube, man. I don't care how you do it, but you do it. You do it. Something's going to happen. Your life is going to change. Look at the 3333 in the last 3 days. Look at this. One person away from 33333. The 33, the 333 in the last 28 days, baby. 76.5. Let's go. Enough about me and my channel, man. XRP banging. XRP doesn't look like it's going to stop. And how do you track a coin like this? You go to the 30 second. You need your 30 second. You need your 1 minute. And so look, you would have seen this flag here. And this is what I would, I'm not saying I did it, but this is how I trade, right? You know me, I just make a flag out of anything I can because this is what they do. And you just keep taking it. Every time you make it, this is my strategy. Every time I see tight moving averages in the flag and something's hot, you get in. You just keep making flags and sideways move. Whatever they do, you just keep fighting. And if anyone knows me, this is me. Like, you'll be like, how's he doing? He found another flag and another flag and another flag. And like, when most people laugh at me, though, I catch this one that booms and that one that booms. And I'm the one with the massive gains. And I'm showing them off, like my XRP gains right now. And it's like, so people can say whatever they want about pattern trading. And look, you almost don't even need, in a bull run, you don't even need any other indicator. You just need your patterns. Like, that's all you need. It's crazy. It's just bananas. This was a rising wedge. They try to make you think they're going to break it. They break it back inside. They do that a lot. So that's why when you get into the rising wedge, always make sure that you cover like your stop loss below that low if you can. Hope that they double bottom it. But this tells you where you're going to go now, just in case you weren't sure. Like, because we're in price discovery, but it says you're going to go to 124 because the bots are going to take. The bots have no idea now, so all they can do is do this measured move now. You see, it's all algorithmic. So like, we're going to 124. It's pretty much set in stone. At that point, the moving averages help because you can see how far away you get. So this is how I'm able to manage price discovery because this happens every time anyway. So now we're away from the 21. We got to come back, right? And if we're nasty, we're probably going to do this and make a right shoulder and then dump, you see? But if we're good, we're going to come and make a flag and pump. So you can kind of see, or we'll make a double top and dump. Like, you have to make the bearish pattern to go down and you have to make the bullish pattern to go up. We can't just do whatever we want. Look, we just hit the target as I said we would, but we're in price discovery. No one else knew where we were going. How did I know exactly where? And now I know we're going to pull back. It's very likely we'll pull back here. Why? We're just too far for the 21 of the 30-second chart. So you would expect now a flag here. This is how price action works. I can teach you it in real time. When in price discovery, it's the greatest time for me to teach you because I have the gas for my system to get thrown on top of. Like, you have to see my system in real time to really understand it, right? So look, how did I know where we were going to go and exactly where we would pull back? Because I knew where the measured move was and I knew how far we were from the 21. You'll be this good. Like, I can map out price action on Bitcoin, on the 1 minute, on XRP. It doesn't matter the asset. It all acts exactly the same. You've never seen anything like this, and you never will. This is price discovery. And I'm, and again, we're bullish. What we'll do is we'll make a lateral flag. But it's likely you're not going to pump until you get back to this 21. You don't know what's going to happen. That's why, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. That's what keeps me ready for the next move. If XRP decides to flag out, it's going to 129. You see? Just like the last, so all you can, and eventually one of these flags will break down and you'll have a massive dump and that will be it. And you'll be wrong at one point. But like, all you can do is continuing. This is, for me, I've been in price discovery many, many times now. Hundreds of times. And I've tracked it out and I've had everyone in the trading group like, where are we going, Sam? And I've been like the man that everybody's looking at. And I have no one else to look at. I'm the leader. I'm the one that has to come up with the answer. And so I've dabbled with price discovery my whole life. Not my whole life, but my whole trading career. And towards the end of it, at the beginning, it was just right. It just exploded. I had no idea what was going on. Now I know the 1 minute. You get into the smaller time frames and you learn so much, right? Again, we don't know what's going to happen. It could make one of these. I'm open-minded, but what I can decide is pretty much where the consolidation is going to occur and where our next move is likely going to send us. You see? Then you set up your support or resistance. And why the 30-second? I found that the faster price action moves and the more rambunctious it is, the smaller the time frame you have to go on to figure out what it's doing. And look, this is actually a little flag here. So like XRP is just on some type of moon mission here. So now it didn't even, it almost didn't even tap the 21, which means it's just so bullish. So then you can see the measured move is definitely going to be the length of this pole. Wow, look at XRP right now in front of us. This is insane. We are watching history of the making as XRP explodes at 126 live on the 30-second chart. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. I tell you what, Bobby, this is like a slam dunk contest in 1985. This is absolute insanity. Absolute, just complete bananas. Like, come on now, this is bananas. A little bit of bearish div here now forming at the top on the RSI. Okay. Now we get back into this idea again. Same story. Like, we got to get back to the 21. You move that one up. Now that one was even the most vicious. It made a flag, but it didn't even come back to the 5 second would have given us an even better look. When you get to the 5 second, the chart is moving so fast that you're doing everything you can to figure out some way, some shape or form. So, and this goes with everything. The daily's pumping, you go to the 4 hour to see what's happening. The 4 hour's pumping, you check out the 1 hour to see what's happening, right? The 1 hour's pumping, you check out the 15 to see what's going on. And this just becomes, and then the 15, you check out the 7 and the 5. The 5, you look at the 1. The 1, you look at the 30. If all you can see is a green candle like this, you can't buy green candles, but I can buy a 30-second flag. You see what I mean? Because that's part of my strategy. I can only buy something that has probability, and a flag has probability. So this could maybe possibly be the head and shoulder now. We could start dumping back down to 118. Could have been a top sell. Hard to sell something like this at this point, right? Most people are stuck in it like, I'm not going to sell now. I've been in holding for so long. What if it breaks all the way back down to 80 and you're like, dang, man, that was my chance. It's tough. I bet you some people will sell maybe 10 or 20% here and there. I'm not going to touch it. I've been holding it for so long. Let's see how long this XRP story can go. I'll give it at least the rest of this bull run before I touch that 15K, Hey, an unexpected move. That was just 4 or 5K like a couple days ago, and it's now 15,000, even more now, right? 16,000, up 3,600 on the day. On one, just to, unrealized gains. I'm not trying, we'll see where they go over time, but wow. XRP all the way up here to 132. Wow. And if this flag plays out, it will touch the 21, and that'll be its next, unless it makes some type of right shoulder or a double top. You now have resistance at 126. This is how you manage price action. If you're in a leverage trade, you don't want to get out. You're moving your stop to here. You see what I mean? Try to juice as much as you can. You can have your trailing stop loss bots and all that fun stuff, but try to juice as much as you can. You play with it, right? This could easily start to dump too. That could be the right shoulder right there. See, it's kind of a shoulder ahead. Maybe that's the right shoulder. The 5-second chart will make it look a little more apparent. Look at that. Wow, you see right when I said that? Oh my God, look how violent that was. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Like, speak of the right... Oh my goodness, hold on. I just wanted to see that happen everywhere. What a manipulation. That was the... Wow. Wow. That's, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, 5-second chart. See that? I just said, let's look at the right, but look, they're running it right back. I don't know, man. People taking profits are gonna miss. Yo, this is, I don't know. We did lose the 200 MA on the 5-second. We got to get back above it to remain bullish. You see, that could be the beginning of a downtrend. That was wild. That was absolutely wild. Like, I literally just went to look at the right shoulder and blah. Look, bear flag, right? Has a measured move. Looks like they may punt this thing all the way back down to 112 here. Out of control. Now people are going to run to panic sell right now. Like, do you run and panic sell it? Oh, it's just at the top. And then they're going to run, and then it's like, you know. Well, look, bear flag to the downside. We could see this. See how price moves? Crazy, huh? Now people front run the measured move a little bit. Now you see, okay, are you making an inverted head and shoulder? So you got to be ahead of the price action all the time. You know, otherwise you're going to make another bear flag. Okay. Let's see what it chooses to do here. If it rips back up, it's making the right shoulder. If it kind of goes more thoroughly sideways, it's making the bear flag. This is how I move, man. This is chess. This is 3D chess if you want to be a trader at a high level. Okay? You got to be able to see it before it happens, or don't play in the fire, man. You know, if you can't handle the small time frames, like this is the 5-second, I can handle it easily. The 1 minute is like the 1 hour to me. I trade the 1 minute like it's the daily, man. You know, people stress the 1 minute, but you know, I used to look at the 1 minute and it was so scary to me. It was like a highway with 1,000 cars and unnavigatable and really scary, and you know, but that's when I lived in fear. And I don't live in fear anymore. Fear does not exist to me. It's a fake emotion acting real. We push ourselves to the limit every single day. We find ourselves every single day so we could push ourselves every single day, man. Like, and when I say find ourselves, it's because we do things that should challenge us and find out what else is inside, right? That's a bear flag, see? Maybe it could make a little right there, a little right shoulder there. See that? There you go. The battle right there. 68% chance you break back up through the gap to 125. You see? Why? Because it's an inverted head and shoulder now. So we're going to go up here. I'll be right 70% of the time I say it. So I'm going to say it. We're going up to 125. Right? When it happens, it was like, wow, he's amazing. How did he do that? I just went on the probabilities and like looked like a genius, right? But I'm a simple man that just says an inverted head and shoulder breaks out, and I found one. You know, maybe it dumps in my face too, and this is the 32% chance that it does, and I have to eat it. It's unlikely though, because 7 out of 10 times I win saying it's going to do this. You know what I mean? I'm putting my faith in the technical analysis, not in my thoughts, not in my emotions, and not how I feel. If I did that, I would probably keep my mouth shut and just be afraid that what I said wouldn't happen and that I want you guys to judge me. So I wouldn't say a word. You see? But I mean, that's, you know, it plays out more than it doesn't. I will say it got a little faded there. Right? Like clearly, like it got above this, but now you got to raise this here too. Doesn't mean it's over though. It could make another right shoulder there. This thing is fighting for its life right now. And if you're in the, and then once you're in there for too long, you don't got to be there forever. Bitcoin getting a little bearish here too as well. We're going to talk about that. Looks like it's going to break down on the 15-minute time frame. Looks like it's a bit head and shouldery. It's a bit of an Adam and Eve there on what, the 7. Yeah, let's look at that. It's a descending triangle kind of, with a double top resistance. Even just there, you know, resistance, lower high. Back at 90,600. But it's alt day, man. It's alt day, like, but wow, what a move. And there it is, breaking down again. So once this all occurs, that usually was the pop, right? I don't know, though. I wouldn't give up on this just yet. I'd start looking at a bigger time frame, though, just so I can get my bearings. So some crazy wicks to the upside, the high of 129. We were able to see that on the small time frames, right? So if it's bullish, it's going to do something like this. If it's bearish, something like this, and the same thing. And then you can pull a Fibonacci. You can start looking at these 618s, the 786 levels. You look at your previous support or resistance. You're looking at 107. But unless you hold this trend line, I started doing this a few months, you know, maybe even a year ago. I never saw it before, but one day I was like, oh, that's how they do that. And, you know, there's a big chance that that just becomes, you know, this becomes somewhat of a rally of rallies here to 137, right? So there's people that are going to sell, and there's people that are going to hold, and we'll see. So right now you watch, and this is like the 10-minute chart, 7 minutes. You can say, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 could take about an hour and a half to figure out what this is going to do. And then once it's there, you get your move on. People always think they have to go immediately. It's like, but you're the opportunity. Set the opportunity, wait for price to come to you. If it doesn't, leave it alone. So here's a trade already right here out of this pennant. I can see it before it happens. Now, if I put this out, a lot of times I don't show anyone this. I'm doing this alone behind the scenes, right? Then I put out a perfect trade. Why? I've already waited to see what's happening. It's already going my way when I put out the perfect trade. That's why most of the things I give you play out. That's why if you join my trading group, you're going to be amazed. And that's why the things in the trading group are just going to blow your mind. All right? They're going to blow your mind. Like, take a look. If you just look, and I'm going to do a quick, like, 5 seconds here. I don't want to waste your time, but XRP, 45% gains. Like, that thing boomed. I gave you the perfect place to get in, even showed you. It dipped a little bit, and it was gone, man. I could see $99 before a lot of other people. For I don't know why, but I just, you know, that's what it said. I saw Nexa for 27. Good, you know, nice pumps for Bitcoin. We called that last little flag, cup and handles. This thing booming. I have an elite team that's putting out charts too as well. We got Popcat, Fred, before anyone really talked about it. I hit it at 13 to 30. AAA Cat for 290% out the flag. I mean, it just continues to rip. DEGEN out the cup and handle. And actually, that went up for probably more than 131 eventually. A setup for Pepe. We told you where it was going to go. With the stop loss, all you had to do was that perfect setup. And then it boomed to the upside for 121% gains. Anyway, come to my trading group. Go to cryptolifer.com. Find out more. It'll blow your mind. How would you get into the trading group? Go to the pinned comment here that I don't think I even have up. I'm sloppy right now. Go to the pinned comment. I'll put it up right now. But wow, I'm just kind of taken aback by XRP right now. 10 million views on the channel, and just a beautiful day to be alive. Shout out to anyone that helped me get to these 10 million views. I feel so blessed to have you all in my life, and I'm so thankful. May God bless you all, and you know, thank you all for being here. Right. Okay. Sammy, do you remember when I said I would join the group? I'm officially a lifer. I knew you were going to do it because you said it like you were going to do it for sure. You know, fun. I didn't even realize how many people were here. We have 1,790 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. So we're locked in here with XRP. We kind of know exactly what we want to do. And if it comes down here, it could be a buy. If it goes sideways, it's more of a buy, right? So if we see XRP decide to take this route, and you know, there is, and then I almost want to skip back to a smaller time frame. When I do this, what I'll do is I'll go to, and I guess who cares about Bitcoin right now? Like, it's XRP right now. I know everyone's like, but what about Bitcoin? It's like, who cares? And this is what happens. Altcoins get so fun. Everyone's like, I'll leave Bitcoin at 90K for a while. You know what I mean? Let it just sit between 88 and 92. Who gives a dang? Let it range. Let these altcoins rip, dude. Let these altcoins rip. And so what I'll do is I'll go to XRP. What was my other chart? It was a Coinbase chart, right? Yeah. And then I have my XRP chart here. And yeah, one's USD tether, it's whatever, but they're going to move, right? And then I watch it here on the 1 second, the 1 minute, because you never know. I mean, technically, if you think about it, it did the 786 retracement in a second, you know, which is pretty. You could look at it this way too, right? Is it going to break out of a small time frame? Looks unlikely, you know, we'll see. You never know. You look for hidden bullish divergence, you do see that. And not perfectly, but it's a little bit. Who's going to run and sell their XRP now? There's so many holders for so long. That thing is like above $1 now, I feel like, for a long time, but you never know. I don't want to say things and guarantee them because you don't know. I'm not, and I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. It's just XRP all day long right now. I'm sorry. It deserves its day. It deserves its attention. It's ZERPs. Get your ZERPs and get them today. So funny, man. You ZERPing. Who's ZERPing me? And we might get the nice bounce there. You never know. It's more likely the bigger time frames pull us back. Right? So we'll watch this and see how this plays out. Okay? Insane move there to 129 that we caught on what, the 5 second or the 30-second chart. I think it was the 5 second. Unbelievable. Hope you learned something there. That was a learning experience for me and everybody here. When you watch price discovery like that, there's always something to be had, and you have to be there for that moment. And that's why being a trader, being in the moment, you know how many times I've been there for that moment? Thousands of times now. So I understand what most people have never even been through. I've lived through it, and I've lived through it on the small time frames. So I've seen how it progresses to the big time frames, and I've learned a lot. You can too. And this is why this channel is awesome. We're going to kind of give you the insight as what's happening as it's happening. This is the glory of this channel. I really thank you to God that gave me this insight and the ability to produce the show in the way we do, because it has this unique ability to guide you through live price action in a way that I've never seen any other channel. And so I just really, really appreciate that from God, man. You gave us such a unique ability to do that. Yes, my love. What, baby? Yes, baby. She came in for water. How could I say no to my 3.5-year-old, even though I'm live streaming? Come here, give me a hug. No, the green screen. The green screen. All right, I love you. Okay, moving forward, let's get in here to BTC. People are freaking out about the CME futures gap. Let's talk about it. Let's see where that lies there, if there is one there. So there's a big gap there on the CME. Do we close every gap? We have been known to. Coming back to 78,000. They tend to match up with 618s, which is always interesting, and previous support or resistance areas. Like, I mean, this is where you have, as I said before, Bitcoin did not, the last few times it ripped, revisit its previous consolidation areas. It would rip and kind of go a little bit, but like, so it tells me that we may not go that low, but so people are wondering, do we come and fill that CME gap? There's a chance, and I'm open to it. We fill 95% of the gaps, but we don't fill every one of them. I don't pay them much mind. Like, I don't trade them like it has to be. I stay in my little zone. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to see what's going to happen. We're going to lose the 1 hour 200 MA. Then I'm going to say, look out for the 4 hour. Then I'm going to see bear flags. And then I'm going to see a bearish retest. We're going to make a symmetrical triangle, which mainly breaks down. The charts tell me what's going to happen. I showed you what just happened to XRP. The charts were telling us. They telegraphed it. You just have to gain the skill, live inside the matrix like I did for 5 to 6 years, watch as much price action as I did, and then you'll be unstoppable. It's really that simple. Like, sit here and watch price action for 5 to 6 years, and no one will be able to tell you different. I mean, that's what I did, man. I instead of watching YouTubers and everyone else, I just watched the charts to the point of no return. I watched a couple YouTubers here and there, and then when I got really into what I was doing, I was teaching, tutoring, and running a trading group, and I was watching no YouTuber at all. I was just grinding in the charts alone, and then I'm telling you to watch me, but it's like, you gotta, what I'm saying is, that's actually not true. I watched a few YouTubers that I liked, I watched Crypto Q University. I liked him. He was cool. So that's not true. I did watch a few YouTubers. All right. Dang, saved my soul. I had to, right? But my whole point was I didn't watch my whole time watching YouTube skill videos and technical analysis. I did the technical analysis. You know, you can go on, you want to be a mechanic, you can go watch mechanic videos. But you got to eventually, you know, buy a car from a friend, open up the thing, and start tearing it apart, right? Find out where the car, you know, you're going to learn so much. The guy that just does that is going to learn way more than the guy that goes to class. The guy that goes to class may have some cool insight. He may have some in and outs, and there may be some stuff he learns from the teacher, of course. That's great. But you got to get your hands dirty. I always talk about watching gardening videos. That's great. I watched a bunch of gardening videos. I know exactly how to do it. But you got to go outside and actually dig a hole and like put a plant in the garden, you know, for you to really learn what it's like to learn how to plant and be a part of planting and all that fun stuff, right? So let's break down our macro analysis for Bitcoin like we do every single day. I've been playing hooky from my macro analysis. It's time. Alts have been getting me a little too drunk with gains here, right? I just want to talk about NEUR. You know, I made a big move into NEUR, and NEUR had a nice pump. I mean, a beautiful pump, right? The size of that pump for NEUR. And again, it's going to come back to the 21, right? When you gap away. It could have went parabolic. It would have been amazing, right? NEUR had a nice pump, though. Went all the way to 642 for NEUR. We're getting in there at 530. So a buck on 530 when you put in what I did is a nice gain. I'm telling you right now. So it is pulling back. But this is like what looks to me is the beginning of a bigger alt season. I looked at NEUR on the 5-day chart and saw it was in a cup and handle. And let me just, I want to, you know, clear my other stuff away so you can see what I'm saying. And I see, you know, maybe, you know, again, it could cool off, the 21 pull up, but this thing just looks like if I hold on for the next 30 to 40 days, 146% gains coming to NEUR to 13. And that's a nice little run. I want to take that run to the upside here for NEUR. So that's what I'm on. And then I put in like 100 grand into Render basically. And you're back, why would you do that, Sam? Is it at the top? I mean, look at Render pumping here at 689. And I believe these are your last goodbyes between $5.26 and $7 in that $180 region. And, you know, the lower the better, of course. And I look at this in the 5-day, and it looks, it's about to cross that dotted line. The last time it crossed the dotted line was right here. It had a massive move to the upside. So, right, it's got momentum. Looks like this thing can begin to rip. And so, yeah, once Render breaks 7 and does a retest, I see a fast move up to 10. And then my target for Render is 1888. And if that could happen, you know, it says it could take till March. I mean, I don't know. I hope it goes quicker like that, somewhere to December or May, but January. But you never know. You know, I don't really care about the timing. I'm a patient man. I just want to have more than I put in when it's over. SEI, another one of my faves, right? Finally getting a nice move up to 52 and really just breaking out. And if you look at it here on the daily, kind of curving there too. And, you know, above the 200 MA, when you get above the 200 MA, you get your initial pump, then you usually retest, and then boom. It's highly unlikely you'll go below this 200 MA ever again for the rest of the rally. That's what these coins do. You know, it didn't have it there, but if you have it on the 22, see, I'll go back to the 12 just because it's so young, but maybe the 10 or the 8. There it is. But once you got above the 200 there, it never revisited it. And same thing here. It's above the 200. It's likely to never go below that on the 10-hour time frame. SEI ripping, you know, we put a lot in there at 40, remember? Came down, sold the 45, put a lot back in there at that 41, 42 level. And now we're sitting pretty up a pretty fat chunk on SEI too as well. And the 10-hour time frame, which is, you know, precarious time frame, and the 8-hour, but they both look like a bigger move is coming here. And SEI is trailing that SWE move. And I believe it's SOL, SWE, and SEI. I think SEI has something coming for it that most people don't know. Everyone's on the SWE train. I don't think they realize how strong SEI is going to be. All right. We talked about SUI breaking out to the upside, touching the 21, low stochastics, the 8-hour, my sleeper time frame. Target for this is 513. We're at 367 and moving. SWE will continue to pump to 518. It's known now that it's the hot sauce everybody wants in. Retail's jumping in. I don't see how it doesn't continue to pump. It probably will do some type of flag here. Wait for the 21 to get back in, or maybe pump a little more and come back to the 21. Either way, I feel like a stop loss below 277 or even below like 305 is likely not to get hit. on your way back to 518. But again, do whatever makes you happy. But I see SWE as a nice play. Any way you shape it to the upside. A little bit of bearish div. I will give you this though. But for me, I feel like that was your bearish div, and you kind of like, you know, so we'll see what happens. Now, is there bearishness in the air? Do we have to have some word of caution? You know, I don't like the fear and greed index at 86. Every time I didn't take some profits there, we got slammed pretty hard. I'll be honest. We got slammed very hard, actually. Tells me, you know, is there a trick up our sleeve? Is something coming? Right? Secondly, you know, if Bitcoin, we all know if Bitcoin takes a slam, it'll probably slam most of the market. But could this be the time when Bitcoin finally gives back and the altcoins pump? We're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, but even then, it's just the sentiment, it gets too bad when Bitcoin. But like, even look, the weekly could come back down to the 618 at 77. And if the weekly did that, you know, we're on like a basically, that would be a beautiful move, and it would take its time, right? To get to $117,000 by, and it keeps giving me like March 17th, a week after, you know, St. Patty's Day, March 24th there, right? This could happen. And we could be in for a downtrend for the next few months. I'd hate, you know, I have to be honest. Like, this is a possibility. Someone probably just turned off the channel right now. This guy's a perma bear. How dare he, right? But this is just something that's absolutely possible. We have to be open to the fact that that could happen. Let's go to the 3-day chart. The 3-day, we don't want that to close red. Remember, every time the 3-day candle closed a red candle, we did get a pullback. We are fighting to keep that green. It closes tonight at 8 hours and 29 minutes. We want this 3-day candle to close green. Tonight's going to be a big deal on the week. Tonight, when I go live, I'm going to be talking about this 3-day candle. If it closes green, it's going to give us such a better idea of a movement to the upside. If it closes red, it's a foreshadowing of a possible, you know, smaller or bigger pullback, depending. We'll take his steps through it. The daily yesterday opened at 87,325. The high was 91,850 even. 87,073.38 was the low. And it closed at 91,032.07 cents, up $3,706.48, up 4.24% on the day. What a nice candle. Really fought off the bears yesterday in a nice way. Yesterday was a good day of trading. Made a nice chunk, went back and forth, made a bunch of different trades. Ended up losing that trade last night. I was in that trade since like 3 o'clock last afternoon. It was like all night. Now the daily could come back to the 21. It could even consolidate. So here's a couple things that I see possible. Like, this would be great. Bitcoin does this. The 21 slowly comes. We do a nice 2 to 3 days of consolidation. The altcoins get relief, and they get to pump out of control. When Bitcoin goes sideways, it gives people the breathing room that it's not going to dump anymore. And then they don't have to run into it and worry about their altcoins because people are, you know, the dominance is, and then they see, okay, if we could get sideways Bitcoin. And let's take a look at, and now we got to look at Bitcoin dominance. Very, very important. This is beautiful here. See, this is SEI pumping. This is NEURAI pumping. This is XRP. These are our bags. Like, this is what we want to see. So look, I had that flag. Like, are they going to continue it? This is nice. Look, a strong bearish div here. Okay. We want to see this continue. So that's the 8 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. Look at that. Bouncing off what? The 200 MA. Good morning. I love you. Wow, you look so nice. So we're looking for a bear flag. What if it bounces up really fast? And it's like Bitcoin season again, you know what I mean? Right now, we're getting a little bit of alt season. We are. I'm being honest. I mean, this is what we want. All right? And I told you, alt season is when what? Bitcoin dominance drops, and what else? Tether dominance also. Look at XRP. What did it just bounce off of? The 618 with a wick down there. Look at the 618 golden pocket. Look at it. Coincidence here? Possible. At 113, a bounce off the golden pocket for XRP. Could it bounce back up, or is this the end of this massive rally for now? You would think it would start to cool down. The top out, we saw the top out at about 126. The high on that candle was 126.47. XRP, wow. So now we're going to jump into Tether dominance. Why? Because we need to see what's happening with Tether dominance. If Tether dominance is going to be giving us a down dump, it's going to be good for the altcoins. And look, it looks like it's a bear flag that definitely wants to continue down. And if we can get this dumped now, and people are late, right? I already dumped all my tether. I dumped my tether here before everyone else dumped it. Okay? You see what I mean? I got out of tether. It looked like it was going to dump. I don't hold bear flags. And I had a bunch of tether, so I had to get out of it, right? You see, I had no choice but to buy altcoins. I didn't know, you know what I mean? The charts told me what to do. You understand? Now, what if this bounces back and I'm wrong? Anything could happen if we break the 200 MA there. But we want to see this continue. Now, if we get and it's setting up beautifully. And it won't be long. That's the only thing. It could be like two to 3 weeks of some beautiful pumping. I feel like alt season's going to be these like squirts in and out between Bitcoin's massive moves. I don't know if we're going to get the prolonged pumps as we used to, but who knows? I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is things are moving and we're doing great. All right. I did get into NEURAI. I bought 4 grand of it. I had to go to Uniswap, which I did not like. I'd pay like $30 in fees. I really don't like when I have to buy something on Ethereum through Uniswap. I guess I could have bridged it, but I got what I had to get. Wow, it's $8 right now? Dude, we're in the money now. I bought below 8. I felt like anything below 8 was a steal for this thing. $80 million market cap. We bought it at 77 and a 75, right? 740, that whole area. NEURAI, $10 million supply. I mean, that's what's got me going. And honestly, NEURAI, man, go from text or image 3D, download your game ready asset for immediate use across digital tools and game engines. With our accelerated 3D creation process, you can automate 3D content generation at scale. Bypass manual modeling or the need for an extensive design team to accelerate. Like, I could create a video game here. You see, NEURAI has set out to transform the world in 2D and 3D experiences and reduce the indie game developers and establish AAA game studios. Start building more efficiently with NEURAI and help us on our... I mean, it's insane. If they pull off it and it really does what it's going to do, it's a groundbreaking that merges generative artificial intelligence with complex machine learning to revolutionize the creation of 3D assets. I mean, it's got it all. It's gaming with AI. I mean, this thing is it. With $800 million market cap with 10 million. Again, I bought in. So you do what makes you happy. I'm not trying to say, but I believe I got into one of the hottest projects that can 100x. How can this not get to 800 million, and that's a 10x, and it gets to 8 billion, and they're trying to go after a $280 billion rapidly growing market. NEURAI services plan to, poised to play a crucial role. I think that's low ball. I think they'll get to 300 billion. But do you think, would they get to be able to get to 2 billion of that market cap? Maybe. If they become the extensive mover in this game, and a lot of people are using them, $1 billion market cap makes sense to me. 2 billion. And if this market gets frothy where memes are going to billions, how can't this may be able to get to 5 billion, right? And with a small supply and a really good use case, I'm just, again, it's very low with the volume. It's very on the low right now. But I like to buy coins before everyone else is really sweating them. And a lot of people on the low already know this. See, I'm into the underground in crypto. And the underground in crypto, like, we start talking about things like it's like I knew about this coin for like a month now, and I keep forgetting to buy in, I finally was like, man, I'm going to get this thing before I forget. And the thing is, Bitcoin goes up and down and gets people all scared, so they don't make buys because they're all afraid, what's Bitcoin going to do? I've learned I can't focus on that. I have to look at the further picture of where the bull market's going to go, and I got to make my buys when I make them. Bitcoin used to scare me out of making buys into altcoins. I'm telling you, it's going to do it to the beginner. They're going to be like, oh, but Bitcoin's going to tank, so I can't buy anything because it's going to tank all my altcoins. And then they don't accumulate at the right times. It scares them. And that's a really bad issue. Bitcoin gets in a lot of traders' heads. You do have to watch Bitcoin, but you also have to keep your wits about you and keep a plan. Right? So look, everyone's bearish on Bitcoin. I'm not bearish on Bitcoin until it breaks that bottom trend line like that. To me, it's still in a nice bull flag. Look at that. Now, yes, it could be a head and shoulder pattern. Remember, we were looking at this yesterday. Shoulder head, does it make the right shoulder? That's why I wanted it to pump last night, so we would defy all that nonsense. Previous support is resistance, so you got a line in the sand there, 89,159. You break it, you're going to come down and test that 84.8 again. And then if you lose that, I don't see how you can't drop down at least to this high volume node. People might front run it somewhere in the 82s. And that's why I pulled the Fibonacci. I believe it gives me 82 at the 618. Yeah, 82,000 right there at the 618 fib. That's also where the 2 daily candles meet. Or the weekly, no, the weekly, yeah. That's where the 2 weekly candles meet, like right, that's the 786, but pretty close. So Bitcoin struggling right now, looking like it's going to take a bit of a move to the downside. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour looks to be rolling over, right? You can see how like the stochastics are rounding down and didn't make it to their top destination. That's called rolling over, right? Doesn't mean, you know, it could flip at any moment. So the thing about Bitcoin right now, like it could bounce off here. Next thing you know, we could be in an inverted head and shoulder. On our way to glory, you see? So just don't underestimate Bitcoin and its ability to pump in your face in a bull run. But we also have to be practical. If it did pump out of this flag, you're looking at a $108,000 Bitcoin somewhere by November 19th. Like by the end of November, it would be able to, you know, the chart says it could do it by the end of November. If it kept going up, we'd have a massive crash down. So going up and coming back down is really healthy for it. So this is good. If it's going to go there, we would want it to actually dump right now. You see what I mean? Like on a Saturday afternoon. The key for me is if it loses 89,150, I may look to short it. But I really kind of give up on shorting you on Bitcoin at this point. But it does have a head and shoulder. It does have bearish divergence. You got to heat it. You know, you could hedge it. You know, you could do a hedge short. In times like this, you could hedge a short. So it would be, the entry would be now. The stop loss would be above these wicks, right? Because you're pretty close to the highs. So that gives you, and then you would just, you know, maybe set it somewhere down there at that 618 area at 81.8. And you might get out at the double bottom. You might get, who knows, you know, you may never get to the target, but you may still win the trade. So that's a hedge short right now. It's a very simple way to hedge it in case they do tank Bitcoin. And you'll have a, you know what I mean? And you don't have to risk as much. Use a little, you know, like I could risk 5 for $4,000 if they hit me out for 4. But if then I get $4,000, I can buy altcoins on the low. You know, you could risk 1 for 6,000, right? For me, something like that. If I get hit off for 1,000, so be it. If we go this way, all my altcoins are going to rip. I'm going to be making like $40,000 a day in altcoins, you know, and so I'm not going to worry about that, you know. And so you could throw a head short and just keep it somewhere. And then you could also take the long the next day if it's going to rip. If you get ripped, you'll win. It'll cancel out the short and you'll be good to go, you know. So it could be a time to do a little long, short, long, just to protect the purse here. And because we know there's volatility, in my humble opinion, we're in a bull run. So even if this happens, like we're out. Like it's, for me, it's all, I still believe in the overall thesis of the bull run. Little pullback would be actually great for retail. It would give them some nice prices to get back in. It usually doesn't do that. The run usually kind of continues here in November and runs. So we'll see what happens. You know, but yeah, I do see a possible short hedge for Bitcoin. It's right here, the stop above 93,005 or at 93,518. The entry would be somewhere around now, and the target somewhere around 81.5. You know, anywhere between 82.5 and 81.5, really, at that 618 Fibonacci retracement. You have to take into account shoulder, head, and shoulder. If you don't see that and see that it's not bearish, I mean, you're blind, right? I can't sit here and be like, let's go bullish all the way, guys. I see no bearishness. That's just ridiculously wrong. You can't act like that. You have to be able to see it both ways. Everyone gets mad at me because they want me to be perfect. I may not give you both ways, but I will give you the best way to trade it. You don't have to know where price action is going. You have to know what to do before it gets there. So can this bounce here and get tight at? That's what we're looking for. And then boom. Before you know it, we could get a massive move here. So it's teetering on either way. I see how, you know, both things could happen. I lean more bullishly biased because the whole world is like FOMOing for Bitcoin right now, and we're holding 90K after a dip down to 87,000. So it tells me that there's your low. That's a little higher than that. We should make a higher low and continue to the upside, right? It's all about the higher high. We technically made a higher high there. So low, high, higher high. That's uptrend. The next low should be a higher low than both of these areas. We even have some supportive resistance here at 89,800, where we could bounce if we lose 89.8 on the local time frame. I'm sorry, no, 90,200. If we lose 92 here, you can see, like, we're basically on it. We just bounced off of it. If we lose that area, looks like we could make a move back down to 89,000. All right. So to me, I guess we'd have to call this a symmetrical 50-50 shot. All right. That's why I like the hedge bet comes in, because you're not, you know, I can't tell you that it doesn't, you know, unless we can round this and make a right shoulder here, which we may. Let's go to the smaller time frames and see, you know, so here, if the 15, so I wouldn't short anything until, you know, I mean, I guess you could enter the short there as the hedge, right? But if I was going to like do what I do when I like shorts, you know, today, if I was going to day trade a short, that's a hedge bet you leave for a few days, right? But if I was going to day trade a quick short on a small time frame, I'm not going to short until we lose the 200 MA on the 15 and we do some type of bearish retest. To me, this would be the area that I would be looking to short. If we don't do that, I just don't see the reason to short, right? 7 minute did lose the 200 MA, which is a bearish sign. And you can see the second we did that, we dropped. And the 1 minute probably did lose the 200 MA too as well, right there. And then we barely retested it. And I tell you how amazingly accurate that is. Look, you got above it, you pump. You got below it, you don't. Pretty outrageous how accurate the 1 minute time frame is using the 200 time. Let me show you again because I was like kind of brushed that off real fast. But we lost the 200 MA right there. We came for the bearish retest. Try to do it again and just continuing to kind of get hit real quick. At this point, you're looking for some type of bullish div on the RSI and price action. We have a pretty good bullish divergence right there. It's almost a double bullish div too, you know. I call that double bullish div. 1, 2, 1, 2. Tells us that we could get a bounce here off of 90,200. Might be the bounce of the day. Could make the right shoulder for Bitcoin, and we might end up being Pump City into tonight. You have to be open-minded for both things to happen and be ready to take action. Trading is like chess playing. You don't know what the person across from you is going to do. Same thing here. The second you tell yourself you know what he's going to do, you're not going to be ready for what he may do. You have to be open-minded to all the categorical actions he may take, and then place yourself in the different realities that may come. It's quantum reality, it's quantum physics, right? It's playing with your dual realities source in your mind. Like, you could pick the reality you're in at any moment. You don't. Eventually, this will all be revealed to you in time. But I'm sorry, I don't want to take you somewhere. Yeah. Tight moving averages, 200 moving up to price action. Tells me we're likely more getting a move up. But look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. They're building it. They have enough people. See what they knew. They need to induce shorts too, so they need to make it look pretty nasty. Get people pretty in fear. The one thing I will tell you that makes me think we could dump though, and I did say think, is this is at 86. And every time we've been anywhere from 86 to anywhere in here, we have a massive dump has come in like about 4 to 5 days of me saying it. And so clip this out and replay it. If it happens, it'll be like the 5th time in a row that when I said it happened. I don't like saying it because am I making it happen? Am I jinxing us all right now? But I just have to be honest. If we pump, it'll be one of the first times we ever pumped at 86 that I've seen in a while. We could be in a more bullish time compared to the last few times. And that may be the actual case, see? And so when I play the logical game, I'll get caught up. So once you start doing that, like, oh, what's it going to do here? What could it do there? Once you start doing that, get out of there and say, listen, I'll short the 15 if it loses the 200 MA. That's how I gave up being philosophical. Because every time I was philosophical, I lost my edge in TA. All right? Like, if you get in here, I'm just overly bullish because what I just said has to be. Look, it's Bart Simpson. It's a Bart Simpson finally. You know, I'm seeing more downside here for Bitcoin, right? And then if it bears the retest, we could have a dump day. It could bleed us dry today. We'll see what happens in the next 4 to 5 hours. We're going to know if we get a bounce off the 200. This could make an inverted head and shoulder there inside of this inverted head and shoulder. See? So I'm already I'm 10 steps ahead of the matrix here for you, and I'll be able to fill in the blanks as it goes quicker than anyone you know. And we'll be able to figure this out. And I don't take days off because I have some type of obsessive compulsive disorder when it comes to my job and my life. Yeah. And so I'm going to be here for you as much as I can every single day because that's my dream and my goal and my plan. All right. May God bless each and every one of you for being here, hanging out and kicking it with the lifer. We love you and we appreciate you. Let me pop out the chat here. I do not have the chat out. Please forgive me. I've been focused. If you want to go join the trading group up here, you can go to cryptolifer.com. We make it fun and awesome. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin likes to pump all around the full moon too as well. It did, you know, unlock financial freedom. Join us today. Subscribe to a basic, a quarterly or an annual subscription. It'll blow your mind. I'm telling you right now. And if you join the Discord, you will see all these awesome gains that come in on basically every single day, constantly on multiple different coins and chains. And there's that XRP call right there before it started to move. I'm just showing you. We do it all the time, every single day. The gains on gains on gains on gains. If we had Fred before it came out, Popcat, you will learn so much, and you'll know about the hottest coins before most people do if you join the trading group. On top of learning how to trade any market in the world and just being around the most positive people you can find, I attract them because that's how we live here on the channel. The bot entered a long. It likes it. So every time I see a ring there that tells me that the bot entered a long. The bot did very good the last 2 days. I have upped the balance for the bot, and the bot has been ripping. So we'll see what happens. Algorithmic bot trading. I'm finally getting into it. I knew I had to as AI is taking over. And so I'm coupling with an awesome company. It's under wraps at the moment, but we've been working together now for 2.5 months since we met in Nashville, maybe even longer than that. And I've been basically funding, you know, kind of like how we look at it and take it a shot. And it's been going amazingly well. We'll see what happens. All right. So 15-minute headed to the downside. You can see, we do see, you know, movement down. Bart Simpson-esque for sure. It's going to be what happens when we come to this 200 MA. If we lose it, you can see there's that high volume node. Look, gap and gap. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle there. We've got some good buy zone right there. A lot of people like 89. A lot of people that missed out on 93, 92. They're going to have orders down there. So the bears, every time they try to push us, they're going to have to deal with all the spot and even the levered people that want to buy in at these key levels, right? Looks like we're going to have some trouble. The bears are going to have some trouble trying to dig through 89. A lot of chop there. Look at that. In a small amount of time, a lot of chop. Like, that's a lot of chop. You usually can't break through chop fast. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Even some there. Up and down, up and down, up and down. But like, that's like, it's like grit. You know what I mean? Like, say you had to like push through dirt. Like, it's a lot of dirt to push through, you know? It's not sand. You know, this is sand. It's nice and smooth and easy. There's a gap there. But this is like dirty grit. Or you're you're trying to drill through hard ice, you know? That's like smooth water there. So, we'll see. We could get a bounce right now. And, you know, anything could happen. I believe anything below 95,000 now is a good price for Bitcoin. Like, really, anywhere between 75 and 100 grand, you have to start looking at the bigger picture. Every time you don't look at the bigger picture, you miss the greatest opportunities. I've learned that now in my life, right? And it's it's very special, and it's more in trading than in anything else, right? So look at this XRPAYNET. Probably has nothing. I don't think this has anything to do with XRP. It's some weird name just running on the XRP name. Amazing, right? But look at this Shiba, like Shiba Saga. That reminds me of Saga, actually, too. I haven't looked at that in a while. Oh, now I want to kind of deep dive some stuff for you. Shout out to everyone that joins the trading group and hangs out with me. We love you. We appreciate you. May God bless everybody here on the channel. I like to see the trading coins. So Aptos, right? They got that call, that tap from the BlackRock build. And that even, you know, whether the news, whatever it was, it pumped it up, right? Sui holding 364, just doing damage of 54%. And I showed you Sui. It looks like Sui could continue here. Peak, Nereus, Aptos, Bitcoin, Starknet. I like IODINET a lot. I believe it can do numbers where the market cap's sitting. I could see a 10x out of this puppy possibly. You do whatever makes you happy. Peanut holding 173 nicely. I see a move up to 3 into the threes in the technical analysis. Celestia back at 5, holding 5 strong with the 2 billion market cap. Pepe ripped this week, up 8 billion now, 95%. Dogecoin doing damage, up 78%. Arbitrum, Solana up 8.5% at 214. We got into 109. And this act, the prophecy, I remember I did know about this thing. We looked at it in token metrics, and it's up 27x in a week here at a $629 million market cap. And Cetus, of course, following Sui. Grass looks like it's ready for its next bigger move. Possibly I have a setup for that if you want to see it in the trading group. And there's a lot of action coming our way here. Swell, everyone keeps looking at Swell, holding 4. Everyone thinks it's going to be the big pumper.
And it's funny, a lot of those, Ethereum liquid staking is really, DeFi is making a big comeback and liquid staking is hot. All right. And that, my friends, is the scoop here of what's hot today. Fred's still hot too at 15. I like Fred. Very small market cap. Fred could do a peanut and get somewhere close to $1 billion or more. Fred is the raccoon. Fred is up 42x already in a week. All right. And, we nailed Fred from 13 to 30. Got back in with some gains. We'll see what happens to Fred. Fred's on my radar, though. I don't see how can't Fred move if Peanut moves. You feel like, come on, Bo, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the breakdown. We're talking about a raccoon and a squirrel on the live stream. Insanity. I've got a pocket square on. I'm dressed nice, and I'm talking about a raccoon and a squirrel. But you know what? I love people and I love animals. And if I found out that you hurt an animal, I'd be very, I would pray for your soul. I don't use violence. I don't. I use wisdom. I use peace and love. Love is the strongest frequency. So if you instead of being violent towards your opposition, you need to love more people. Let me explain. You're in the world, right? And I found this out. I used to be this tough guy. And again, I'll do a mixed martial arts fight and all that. And if you come into my house and you disrespect me and my family, like, it's on like Donkey Kong, like, I'm being honest. But, yeah, I'm not playing around at all for any reason. But, and I used to, bang around more than I should, but now I don't. All right. And the whole point is, I just want to say you're in the world and someone comes at you with opposition, physical, violent, nasty opposition, maybe from the outside. Like if it's immediate, like you have to do what you have to do, that's completely different. That's self-defense. But if it's like you're driving and they give you the finger or they try to come at you somewhere, or it's, they put you in a situation where it feels like you got to think like, I could use my energy to come at this person. Like someone gave me the finger recently while I was driving. They did just the other day. We were at a stop sign. Okay. It's probably something, we were at a stop sign and we're waiting for cars, right? And there's a lot of cars that come a lot and you have to wait for 4 or 5 minutes at this one stop sign. It's just it would be nice if they made it a two-way, but they don't. It's Florida, right? So people just, you'll sit there for literally 3 to 4 minutes. People just keep driving by. And it's okay. They have the right. They just got a light they were waiting at. So they're not trying to let you go because they've been waiting too. And it is what it is. And eventually the light stops and you can turn. But you kind of go when you want and everyone's trying to get to school. And this guy had his left blinker on. Came down, driving pretty slow. And this person didn't move. And then he took the left. No one came. And then this person sat there. And another person came with the left blinker on. And at that point, when this guy started to turn, I honked because I was like, what are you doing? And then this guy turned and then the cars eventually came and then we had to wait again. And then eventually when the cars left, this person turned and they pushed their hand out and they gave me the finger like very violently, like in a way like, and I laughed and chuckled and I even slowed my car down and let them get further away from me. Then I got to my location where I was turning. Look how funny this is. Here's my car. Here's this person's car. And here's where I'm turning. And there's a big truck pulling out here and I have to go around him. And actually, I'm actually here and this person's here. And when I put my blinker on, they start driving away. And as I try to turn, they put their finger out again and put their finger out. But it looks like they're giving these people the finger that are waiting to turn in right. I turn in left. So this guy stares at this guy. And it just, my whole point was like, now this person had all this energy at him. And so, if you're do not give people the finger, man. It's the worst thing you could do. Do not. The wrong person might, I'm a nice guy now, but I wasn't always. I'll be honest. Like, I didn't have much to live for back in the day. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't really give a dang. I worked a night shift. I wasn't someone you wanted to see in a subway. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I didn't give a dang. Like, you don't want to run into people like that, man. And so I just looked at that as a lesson for me, even just, always be easy. Always be easy. And especially in Florida, everybody is strapped. I would never give anyone the finger in Florida. Anywhere down south, man. I just couldn't believe it. SAGA's in a beautiful cup and handle. Look at that thing. I finally made sense of it while I was talking to you guys. Sometimes I need to tell a story for the TA to come out. Isn't that weird? Because I get analytical in my mind and then the math, it's like I use the dualities of my hemisphere of the brain. So I told you guys that story. I was able to see something I couldn't see before. And now I like SAGA here holding the zone. Looks like you can do a stop loss below the 786 at like 156, 161. I see it making a move up to 470. I really like this coin. I don't have any. But every once in a while, I just see a ticker that I just feel is going to do gains. Everyone likes a good SAGA, right? See what I'm saying? You're in already. See that? That's all I had to do. Put it with a good voice and a good story and a good word. Next thing you know, you're like, sell me this pen. You know what I mean? You think I could sell you this pen right now? What if I told you that when you touch this pen, you're going to feel absolutely amazing? What if I told you it feels like every other pen, but it's not, because it's the pen that you are going to hold in the next few seconds, if you pay for it? What if I told you that this pen... I know you made a lot of money, babe. But it went up to 129. It's dumping. Should have sold the high, though, if you were really a swing trader. Were you swinging it? Do you want to swing trade it? Are you swinging trading, or you're winging it? That's not... Traders don't wing things. Traders that wing things become brokies. SAGA looks beautiful for a move to the upside here after it bounced off the 618 golden pocket and now kind of holding above the 618 here. A bullish divergence too on the stochastics RSI. Low, high, first high or low in the set. See, and then what I do is, like, when I like a coin like this, I say, how much do I want? $5,000, and I buy 1,500 of it 4 or 5 times in the next couple days. Then I hold it for a few weeks until I make my money. Like, there's no other way to do it. Sometimes it happens immediately. I've seen it. But cryptocurrency is crazy, but it, you know, most of the time I wait my turn. All right. And there's always opportunity. Every single day there's an opportunity in the market. You have to find it. You have to believe you're the opportunity. If you do, you're going to find opportunity in the market. Like, I'm up huge today. I found massive opportunity in the market, right? We'll see if that's sustainable. I believe it is. Look at Bitcoin bouncing back strong. And let's get back into what I was looking at there for Bitcoin. My Bitcoin chart. There you go. Kind of, you know, that was a massive move for XRP. They look shoulder head. It looks like it might. Let's see where it wants to really head back down to. You know what? It looks like it very well may bounce, because that's the 618 golden pocket on the 15. They basically did an algorithmic move as fast as they could so they could reset price action. They might go to 147 today. I'm being honest. Why? Hidden bullish divergence on the 15. It swings down on the RSI, but swings up in price action. It tells me you're going to break this high before you break that low. And they even have this kind of support or resistance little node there, which is also kind of interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we're putting a stop loss below 102 and this thing could rock to 147. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I think there's like a 70% chance of that happening. I'm holding my XRP, so I don't really need to make that trade, but, you know, it's out there. It's out there. NEURAI, man, once this thing rips at a $10 million market cap, I believe it's just not going to be able to get it again at that price. It's got too small of a market cap and too small of a supply. All right. So here we look, man. Bitcoin could get a nice bounce here. I traded that there. You could bring this up. This could be it. That could be the last chance to buy Bitcoin before it goes to $100,000. Isn't that crazy? Right now on the show. This could be many millions of people's last chance to ever buy Bitcoin before it goes to $100,000 right here. Right here, or before it gets back above at least 93. There's a chance that's possible. See, that's the effect that Bitcoin has right now. See, when I said it, how did you feel? You got FOMO, didn't you? You did, and you were like, why did he have to do that to me? Because it's not me that's giving it to you. It's the asset has that ability. But you're like, no, it's going to dump. I see this, and I know it's just the fear and greed index. You're probably right. That's why we have to be open-minded to both of these moves here. You see? And this is kind of where we stand for Bitcoin. I gave you everything I could give you on how to trade Bitcoin. Like, you know exactly what to do. You have a head short, you know where to put the stop. Like, or where the technical analysis tells you to put the stop at the support or resistance levels. Like, not me. I'm just saying, like, the TA is set up perfectly here. Right? And as long as we hold, I'll say the 30-minute 200 MA, I'll go to the 30-minute. I'm bullish. If we lose the 30-minute 200 MA, the 15, I'll begin to turn bearish. Until then, I remain that this could pump. I have a bullish bias, and I know that. You got to know your bias in trading. You're going to lean. No one's going to be 50-50 short or long. Nobody. It doesn't work that way. You're going to be more apt to short or more apt to long, and you're going to have to know that about yourself. And that's why it's a game of probability. I am more apt to long more than I am more apt to short. That's why I catch amazing pumps and bull runs when most people are like in the middle, because I'm almost always more apt to long. So they'll be in the middle and they'll get caught off guard. I just keep plowing away, and I'm going to catch the biggest moves, I'm going to catch them because I'm going to be more apt to long. Get it? It's obvious. See, all of the stuff, when I sit down and think of the math that I use for this channel, it makes sense what I'm doing. I'm not a genius. I'm a simpleton using simple math. It just makes me look like a genius or a smart person because most people can't figure most people just don't, they overcomplex everything in life. The second you become a simple man and you do things simply, like, how do you become successful? I'm going to do technical analysis every day till people know me as as someone that's good at technical analysis. It's a really simple plan. I'm going to do it publicly every day on some type of online medium until everyone knows me as a technical analyst. I want to be known as a technical analyst. Like, I desire that. That was my desire. That was my true desire. The money, the trading group, YouTube, the views, all that was just, I remember seeing Mike Novogratz one day on TV. And I don't care what you think about the person up or down, but I just remember seeing him in the $1 billion trader, and he's talking about the markets, and I'm like, I want to be 54 years old, wearing a pocket square, like a VC, and I want to be interviewed on some business channel, and I want to be talking about my years in the market. I desire that. Like, I desire the life of a trader, the life of a mentor, the life of a teacher. That's what you know what I mean? And you will get wherever you manifest. I'm telling you right now, everybody. If you manifest something, it will come to fruition, because that's how powerful reality is. Reality is subjective to your mind. You are not in a ping pong world where you have no control over reality. You actually have a big input. Your frequency will dial out and bring things into you. Through frequency, you'll be able to see things that other people cannot. And your life will change in a drastic level. I'm telling you right now. I know sometimes it sounds like gibberish. At the beginning, when my mind wasn't tuned, this sounded like gibberish, because my mind was tuned to hear this is gibberish, because that's where I was, that's where my frequency was. But to all the people that are on a higher frequency with me right now, you are hearing me, I believe, and you are understanding everything I'm saying, and it's making 100% sense to you, and you're like, I'm right here at the right time with the right person doing the right thing, because I feel that frequency and I'm going for that. That's where I want to be. I want to be around those type of people. People that dream about positive energy, love, light, right? So instead of going after the opposition, you build as many beautiful people up and you fill the world with positivity. And when you leave this world, there's so many more positive people than negative people that you came in contact with. You did your role, you did your part, you spread the light. I believe that's what my mission is. That's what I mean, at the end of the day, isn't that what all our mission is? Whatever you do, sports players, right? When they win and they do something amazing, they make us feel good. They inspire us. Like, Tom Brady should, you could call it stupid and you can say it's scripted and maybe who knows, but I can't tell you days where Tom Brady, thinking, and again, even before you could say because if the NFL is scripted or not, who knows? I'm open-minded. But my whole point was there was a time where even he had to fight at Michigan and he had to believe it himself to get into the position to even be in the script. You know what I mean? And so my whole thing is I definitely was inspired by Tom Brady. I have a little Tom Brady corner inside of my bookcase here, and it reminds me of the days when we were down and I didn't think we were going to win. That day against Atlanta, I was getting laughed at by everybody. I was the only Patriots fan at the Super Bowl party. It happened every year, and they were like, "Oh, here we go. You're finally going to lose. You suck, 28-3." And I remember going outside, taking a deep breath, splashing water on my face, and I came back out and I looked at everybody in the room and I said, "If anybody can do it," I said, "the Patriots can do it." I said, if anybody can do it, the Patriots can do it, man. And I think we eventually even got a fumble right after that play, and it was just it looked like it just wasn't going to happen. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, we really needed the next play and we didn't get it. And I was like, oh no. And everyone was like, ah. But then the magic happened, right? And then the catch by Edelman when he was we got to get the, I got a ball. He's like, oh, he had it at the bottom. I'm like, like one hand, like, oh, like it was insane, bro. Look at this ball, it's yellow, so it comes off green screen. You can't, look at this, is nuts. This is crazy, look. So cool. Green screen is such a cool thing. I spy the price action over here. So nuts. Anyway, you guys are like, I'm here for, what is this guy doing? Well, we're ending the show. It's 11:08. We've been on in the morning, about an hour in the mornings. Let me jump on into the chat. I still haven't jumped on into the chat today. I apologize. Let's take a look at what you people are saying here in the chat. Still nasty. Cheers, mate. God bless you. Love you, lifer. Any chance you could check out Stater? I usually just don't do super chats a lot on Saturday mornings. Yeah, how high do you see XRP going? I like Stater though. Let me show Stater because I did look at it recently. It's funny you said that. Stater is actually a good DeFi platform, from what I remember correctly. Stater, it's on Coinbase. Oh wow, so I had it out here, look, on November 11th, and it just dumped. It looked nice. Again, I bail out of trades when you lose the 200 MA. All right? That's when you know you shouldn't be in it anymore. Wait for it to get back above before you get back inside the trade. It's a very simple way to trade to protect yourself in a bigger or smaller position. That's why I don't get into big positions till we have a daily move above the 200 and it's solid, right? Hi, and big respect. Can you check out MOCHI DeFi? It's small but prepared for the PAMP. Yeah, we like MOCHI. Been trading MOCHI on and off for the last, I don't know, a year or something. We've known about it. It did a run up. Looks like it followed XRP in a way here for whatever reason. Huge pump, and then it got the sell off, right? And there's Bitcoin just sitting. So you know where Bitcoin's, and look, they say Bitcoin's going to go down to 85,000. So they believe that it's going to drop. BookMap's telling us we got the liquidity down. They're going to buy it up there at $86,000. This is BookMap. Link to the description below the BookMap. It shows you where the aggregated buys and sells are for Bitcoin on the futures from Bybit, OKX, and Binance futures. It's really nice. You can see a global liquidity down there. Someone wants to buy at 86,000, 85,000 even actually. And Bitcoin is feels like it's taking some sell pressure right now, and there's no one really to buy it up. But again, I'm sticking with my thesis. You have to lose the 15-minute and the 30-minute 200 MA for me to get really bearish here. All right. Excellent. Okay, can you please check out Brett? And why is there no locked liquidity? Isn't that weird? They can pull the money out at any time. That's what I was looking at too. Like, why is that on base? Maybe it just comes across like that on base. But look, no locked liquidity here too. It's definitely, I guess, something that I'm always a little weary of. Someone with more knowledge than me about the back end of the chain could explain, but it's got that $1.6 billion market cap for base. Looked like that flag could break to the upside off previous resistance. It did exactly that. And now, I just look at it on the bigger time frames and pull fibs. These things usually come back somewhere like 1.2 bill. If you're lucky, you don't want to see it lose $1 billion again though. But here you pull a fib, and I mean, it's a pretty good place to take some possible profits if that's your thing. I'm looking for a big bull run, so I'm going to sit tight. I've already seen it go up and come back down a couple of times, and I never wavered. So yeah, you're looking for it to come maybe somewhere back to 12 cents. That would make sense to me, but you never know. Adam and Eve for optimism. Can you take a look at OP for me? And share your thoughts, Sam. Anthony Chamberlain. God bless you, Anthony. Let's take a look at optimism. Saga looking beautiful to the upside. I want to put that out to the group in case you missed this. Okay, I did. Thanks. Okay, I want to make sure. Optimism, right? OP, baby. Yeah, you know me. You're down with OPP. Let's take a look at optimism. I do see that Adam and Eve that you speak of there. Right? Something like this, right? It, deformed, but it is there. It always do these alts aren't perfect because they, But there you have it. I mean, that looks like yes. And what it's going to do is it eventually break above that 200 MA, and that will be its time to shine. Nice higher lows, bit of an inverted head and shoulder. I'm going to go on a limb and call the bottom. That was your bottom there at 120. Your lower bottom at 134. I don't see this going anywhere lower than 120 ever again. I think this is going to continue to pump. I could be wrong, but I've just studied this type of market structure many times on many assets in my life, and it looks to me like it's made a giant double bottom. That thing could go all the way back up. Like, see, the measured move of this is the whole, because that's a double bottom, right? So, like, that's going to be your measured move. So I see an $8 optimism just based off of the technical analysis, because it's a double bottom. And I'd have to use the middle, you know. Never really questioned if that one doesn't come up. That's something I'd have to back test over time. But usually you will play out. If the right side fills out, it'll play out like the whole thing did. Meaning if you have a nice, solid right side W, you may be able to omit that left side, especially on a newer asset. And that tells me you're looking for an $8 optimism from 166. You just have to be able to hold on for that ride if you're willing. 842. That's what I see, the big picture for optimism. You tell me, what do you guys think of this technical analysis? Is it wild and crazy? Does it make sense? Do you like it? Let me know what you feel, what you think and feel about my TA. I'd greatly appreciate it. Jay Duffy, hey Lifer, can you check PNG please? We'll take a look at PNG. And that is from Needon Adelen. We have Norwegian 8. What about DEGEN? DEGEN's moving, but it probably will pull back. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at PNG. Pangolin. AVAX has barely moved recently. PNG is just waiting in accumulation, in my humble opinion. That's accumulation. That's what happens when you sit inside accumulation. And you just go up and down for days on end, you know? You believe that AVAX is coming back. This is the premier DEX. It's the CETUS of AVAX. You know, it's like SUI CETUS. It's AVAX's CETUS. It's AVAX, you know, PNG, Pangolin. I believe that's probably going to be your greatest prices, but you never know. And it's been holding. I mean, look, it looks like it's going to hold forever. I feel like it's just so risky it could drop down. But if I really liked AVAX and I was stuck on that chain and I was all about it, I would have to be buying Pangolin here. I don't. I could move on. I like AVAX. I've traded here or there, but I don't have to like, it doesn't have to be my everything. So we'll take a look here at DEGEN. All right. DEGEN with the massive move to the upside. We called 131% gains. It went up even more for 300% gains in total. Absolutely absurd. If you jumped on into this, look at that. I gave the call right there. Right before I gave the call. You can see it on my trading group. Because why? I trade tight moving averages. Like, everyone's like, no, you didn't. But it's like, I do the same thing over and over again. So if you watch my channel, I say, yeah, he would have traded the tight moving averages. He would have traded the high volume node. He would have traded the low stochastics. Like, of course he made the call. That's exactly what he does. He goes in there every single, that's what he does. That's what Sam Price does. This is what he teaches in his course. This is what he teaches every day. This is what he shows all the time. I can see it so simply, and I can't believe others can't, but I'm so happy they can, because then it's like, the sauce is real, the lifer vision is real, and there's enough people that are skeptical that that's great for me, because, you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but because the sauce is cloaked at that point when they can't see, you see? I mean, I would be looking for DEGEN to come back down and test 20 or, you know, 020 there. That would be a beautiful spot to look for its next move up for another 100% gains for DEGEN. This thing could turn into a mover and a shaker. All right. Let's look at DEGEN here. 225, $320 million market cap. I feel like it get to $3 billion easy. All right. Finance listing the PERP with 75x. Watch the main updates on my first idea. I mean, that's interesting. This thing could begin to really, really rip to the upside on a massive level. Yeah, see, he's also looking for that, you know. And again, I was able to see it my way. Everyone sees it differently. There's the cup and handle too. It's like, anyway, in my group, you're going to be able to see the stuff way before it happens and take advantage of it. I'm telling you right now, we have an edge on the rest of the market, period. I watch everybody else and they could use a hand on what I have. I'm telling you, I watched them. I'm like, oh, he missed that. Or he's about to do this. But I mean, as long as you have a plan and you do DCA, you're in a good spot too as well. I don't want to force you to think you have to be the greatest technical analyst in the world. It's just not true. We talked about virtuals making a massive move. I kept telling everyone, look out for it. It's going to pump. It's going to pump. It's getting tight. We got in here, waited, back in. This thing boomed up 66%, still holding gains now of 52. Virtual. And I gave you the perfect call. Again, let's go back over it. This is going to sound like a broken record. Tight moving averages, right? VRVP at the high volume node. MACD, lack of bearish momentum. Remember what I taught you earlier? Falling volume with falling price. Price was falling down and so was the volume to nil. Low stochastics. RSI was in a great spot. Bang to the upside for the move. Virtual. I knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. I had it back here before it happened. It dipped a little bit. I redirected. We readjusted. We had faith. Virtual for the massive move. Shout out to Mario. If you're out there, I'm shouting you out. God bless you, Mario. Making gains on virtual. He brought it up yesterday too as well. Or the other day when he was at my house. And that thing is mooning. Shout out to anyone that got into virtual. And it looks like virtual is on its way for something big. And what people don't realize is they look at these charts and they're like, oh, I missed. But we're like the beginners that nobody really sees this stuff. Like this stuff is new to the rest of, we've been trading virtual on and off for like a month now, right? We've known about it since it first got on MEXC. Maybe not a month, but when did it first come on? And remember, Token Metrics was telling us about it too as well. It's only got a $500 million market cap, but we knew about it when it was like, I don't know. I was talking about it somewhere, maybe the end of somewhere in here. I mean, this thing was just 4 cents. I mean, that's insane. It did a 10x. This is going to 100x to anyone got in here at the end of September or even here near the mid-October. I guess no, September you had to get in, but like, I mean, if you got it 2 or 3 cents right now, you're up 25x. You could 100x this coin from September. Like, there are gonna still be some coins down here that we're gonna find. I'm telling you right now, it's not over yet. Miggles was insane too. Top 5 current gainers in the top 500. Hogoth. Oh, Shugath, remember? I bought some Shugath. Remember that? I bought that coin on the live stream, if you remember. Aragon. So what a nice move for virtual. Up 68% still, and at the time it went up 87% in total from the call I gave in the trading group. Bang, bang, bang. I told you last night, like, there was going to be some moves. Looked like there was going to be even more moves today. I saw so many coins in flags, and they're still in flags, and it's looking pretty interesting for the next week or two. But virtual, man, 87% gains. Look at that beautiful pump to the upside. And it was just a bull flag, tight moving averages, high volume node. This stuff is not hard. You just got to focus. XLM getting the pump. I drew this, said it's likely to move. Look, someone asked me, I see 23 cents. Just so simple, man, the cup and handle. It's like you have to be a rocket scientist, but no. People want to know about Hex. Is Hex done yet? What's up with Hex? Where is Hex going? Where is Hex next? And we're going to be able to tell you here on the channel with some high accuracy what's next with Hex. In my humble opinion, Hex is ready to take off. Look at the 4-day chart. Say senorita, sayonara to Hex out of the cup and handle. It's gone. Fibonacci off of the 786. There's your money printer on a large scale. There's the 4-day money printer. We do this on the 1 minute. We do it on the 4-day. Hex is gone, baby. Hex is gone. 16, 20 days from now, I firmly believe you're going to see Hex somewhere up here at 005. Where are my Hexicans? Are you out here? Where's my XRP army? Where are my peoples at? Where are my crypto lifers? God bless you all. You guys are all legends and amazing people. Thank you for being here. New administration might go lightly on Hex too. Can you look at that? Amen. And look at that. I didn't even see that, but look at what a perfect synchronicity of time and space. stops below the 786 fib. I said it again, stops below the 786 fib. For me, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Yeah, and Hex will when you think it won't. It will. Yeah. It's the TA. It's just the TA. It'll make you unstoppable. Tara, this thing back at that low. Once we get an AI move here, proof of work. And I believe it's a DAG, right? A ghost DAG or all that. So it makes it hot at the lows, but I believe this thing can come back. I do hold a bag of Terra. Very, very underperformed right now, though. I like this coin PERP, Perpetual Protocol. Tends to do numbers at the right time. PERP did break out to the 200 there on that 4-day. Just look, I just want to point out a lot of coins that are tight and look ready to rock. Like this thing looks like it's about to cross the 200 MA and break out of its long, that little, that's the accumulation phase. It usually hits the side of the bowl 4 to 6 times. And then look, it's going to gap up pretty fast. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw this at 109 in the next couple days. It's called PERP, Perpetual Protocol. Okay? You can clearly see it has this big resistance. Once it breaks out of that, it will likely use it as a support and bounce off to the upside and do what's called a bullish retest. Hit control to copy things the way I did there. 77. You look at the bounce off 77 to 109. I may swing trade that puppy that way if I see a flag on the 5 or the 15 minute, you see? And then let the big time frames take me to Valhalla. Boom. Bitcoin doing wonderful numbers here at 90,005. Holding beautifully. Sammy likes the way Bitcoin's looking. We could be in the Moon City by tonight. We could be going to 97,000 by tomorrow. You have to be open-minded to this idea, as well as open-minded to the fact that we could dump down to 84,000. Both of these could occur. We take a shot. We do what we do. We let it go. All right? I'm probably going to make that trade. I'm actually missing an entry there that I could have seen on the smaller time frames there. And again, I am not going to go bear unless we lose the 30-minute 200 MA or the 15-minute 200 MA. We could easily get tight here and then pump. You lose those, then I will flip bearish. Until then, I just cannot flip bearish. So, again, I didn't... Flipping bearish and offering a head short, two different things. You can still open the head short if needed. I'm not opening the head short. I'm bullishly biased. I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm one way or the highway, baby. That's me on this one. I don't really do the schlong thing. I'm all or nothing, baby. When I'm coming at you, I'm never coming at you with just a thought. With both, I'm coming at you all the way, baby. Shout out to everybody here, though. I'm not coming at anybody, you know what I'm saying? But like, just coming like a freight train. But this is what I see happening, and Bitcoin looks bullish to me as long as it keeps the 200 MA on this 15-minute. It is curving a little bit, which has me a little like, oh, wow. And it's not perfect at all. All right, everyone, I'm going to look at a few more super chats, and then my family calls my name here on the weekend. Do you see BONK going today? Can you check the chart on BABYPNUT on Soul? Love you, lifer. Savage on the charts. Thank you. Wow, and I got all the super chats done. You people are awesome. May God bless you. Celebrate your first super chat on a live FS. We love you. We thank you. And thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. They keep the lights on. It's very nice of you people to do. You don't have to give, but you do every single time, and it's just a blessing. I'm very appreciative of each and every one of you on this beautiful Saturday morning on 11/16/2024. As you are sharing your most precious asset with me, which is your time. You think that my knowledge is enough for you to give me your time. I'm honored just by the fact that 1,800 people are here. That means God has blessed me because he says that many people want to hear what you have to say. That's a blessing. And I may go on tangents. I may not be perfect. 90% of the time, I'm giving you the sauce. I'm a human being. But I really aim to not waste your time at all. Let's take a look at BONK and Peanut before I jump on out of here for you lovely souls. Let's take a look here at BONK. I mean, bonk moon like we thought it would. Every single one of these coins just did an absolute beautiful moon to the upside. You had to have exposure to meme coins this last week or you got left out. I have a meme portfolio. It made a nice move with all the moves that it made together. Do I see bonk moving today? That daily got hit pretty hard. It's away from the 21 pretty nicely. I'd see it come back. I'd pull a fib here. If it is going to pump, the 1 hour could take it, but I see it pulling back or just kind of maybe even, it might pump here and then range. Just looks like it got a little ahead of itself on the daily there, but you never know. Maybe it goes sideways, holds this. Look for sideways price action. I don't know if it could pump up here today, but I don't know if it continues. To me, there's some strong bearish div there on bonk. Swing up while that swings down. And last but not least, but BABYPNUT. And this DANZO casino, $3 million market cap, it doesn't have lock liquidity, which freaks me out. So, but it's on Cardano. One of the first memes on Cardano. Cardano's getting a lot of run. A lot of people don't know about this thing yet. It's very low. It's on the lows. So like, we may have found a really low cap meme gem here on Cardano. It's got a very small market cap. DANZO casino. All right. Again, it could also get rugged. You never know. Be very careful out here. BABYPNUT with the $5 million market cap. Looks horrible. Already getting a rug. Right? Looks like it went up to 1.9 and all the way back to 0. No. That's not nice. Yeah, that thing is, I don't know. Got locked liquidity. Maybe it bounces back. A lot of them do go up and down. I don't know though. I can't speak on this. Yeah. So Bitcoin holding its own. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm about to long it again, baby, with a better entry than last time. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for the awesome super chats. Thank you so much for being here together and scanning the coins with us. I'm having a blast. MEMESAI at a $70 million market cap. This will probably do numbers. I like coins when they're above a 10 million and they're strong. Pulling back in a flag. I see this pumping. The TA looks solid on it. Like you can see it. If Bitcoin rips too, Bitcoin dumps, they'll all take a beat down. Some of them, most, but we told you that the rally looks good though for these alts. Check flow state. You're going to like it. Amen. And there's 13. That thing go to 13. I say this moves. It's called MEMESAI. How does it move? Not move. Flow state. Is that a coin? I know what flow state is, so I don't know what you're saying. What do you think about Floki? Yeah, we gave you FWOG at 7 cents. I don't really talk about it anymore. It's over. Yeah. Like it's over, man. We gave you FWOG at 7 cents. That's when I put it out. Like, if you didn't get it in 7 cents, it's late, man. It's over, man. Yeah. To me, it's a wrap. Maybe it goes all the way to 10 billion, right? That's what people say. But then it's only a 10x. I mean, it's still amazing. So, wow, 90,700 Bitcoin getting a beautiful pump here. I'm missing out on a beautiful entry. I need to get my head in the game. Everyone, I got to jump on out so I can focus on the charts and just be alone for a minute. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. May God bless you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'll be in the trading group throughout the day, on and off. I love you. We'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Hopefully Bitcoin is ripping when I show up. All coins are flying, and we're up even more than we were this morning. It looks likely. We'll see. Stay strong. Don't live in fear. You can, you will. You are the best. I love you all. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. May God bless you all. Thank you again.